He's Ash.
He's David. And this is the Artful Pose.
Let's try it again. Hey everyone, this is Ash from the Artful Pose, and today we are looking at the Masterverse, I correct myself, the Masters of the Universe Origins cartoon line of the He-Man and the Masters of the Universe 2000X Mossman. Oh my god! Y'all, you have no idea how much I've waited for this version of Mossman. Mossman has been one of my favorite Masters for a very long time. I'm a big Swamp Thing and Man Thing fan. I am just a sucker for the plant people. I guess it's because my wife is really into plants as well, so who knows? Probably no relation at all. Anyway, here he is, Mossman. You're probably wondering, well, Ash, why isn't he in the box? Aren't you going to crack him open? And he's already been cracked open. What's the deal with that? Well, kind of had some sound issues. Speaking of plants, my hydroponics was a little bit too loud. So I'm reshooting it. However, I did not throw away the art. You know how much I love that art, if those who have been watching my videos. I did save it. I don't have a lot of room for boxes, so what I do is I at least cut this art out. So if you like what you see, take a quick screenshot if you can. There you go. Mattel, don't listen to me. Because most of this time, you have to go out and buy this in order to get the art. You cannot find it online. I love this. This is taken from the episode as seen on Orko's Garden. And there's Orko. There's Evil Seed, and of course, Mossman! I think this is one of the few episodes within the TV show that Mossman actually appeared, and I have to admit, this one was my favorite iteration of Mossman. And as you can see from that one picture, oh, they captured him perfectly. They got the elf ears. He's not flocked. In fact, he has all this vine detail. Even, look at that little vine coming down. He's got all the little vine, and they got the little tie off here. This is exactly what it's like in the show. And it's all over. Just look at that. And then you got the leaf knee pads, because even though they're mostly half naked, all the masters, you got to protect those knees. You have to protect the knees. And look, he's got a little tuft of hair right there, because moss. He does have this, I guess you'd call it a club, a morning star. If you know what this is called, it just kind of looks like a broken propeller to me, or a half-broken missile. Not like that was in Masters, and I don't even remember him using it in the show. But you got it. If you know what this is, please tell us what it is in the comments. I'd love to hear from you. So just check that out. And then he's got his goatee. He's got his green eyes. And you see there is pupil. There are some pupils. There's some pupils. And I love that he has the beast-type nose. This is great. All right. So let's quickly go over some articulation, and then I'll get him more gushing. So he can move his head, he can rotate, he can look up, he can look down that far. Now all this, the hair, the ears, watch when I push it, see it goes back. It's this soft yet hard plastic. This too, but it doesn't have a lot of give, just FYI. He can go up this high with his arms before he hits his leafy pieces. Great articulation overall. Now you notice that he's a bit lankier than your standard Origins lines, and that's because it's based off of the 2000 version, where they all kind of got taller, started working out the right way without roids. He's got the sword articulation hand, the wrist. You know I love that wrist. And then it can go back and forth. He can split. One thing I did notice, this one, it's probably because it's green type of plastic. By the way, he feels great. If you notice, I haven't stopped groping him, because this line, whatever they're using, it just feels amazing. I mean, I love all the cartoony, the big, broad leaf designs are just, you could tell it's a leaf. That's just, ugh. So you can bend. These gave me some trouble. I had to heat treat it a little bit before filming. You notice it's still... And this popped right off, but I was able to get it back. But after working them and playing with it a little bit longer, I don't have that problem. He's got the ankles, ankle rockers. Look, he's got hobbit feet. Hobbit feet. Oh, I just add, this is, oh, get that out of here. He doesn't use it. He usually commands vines that shoot out of the ground and commands whole trees. He's Moss Man. He doesn't need a club. He can form a tree as a club. And one of the reasons I love this version is that if you decide to look up that episode as seen on Orko's Garden in the 2000 version of Masters of the Universe, they did a very neat thing at Young Productions. They pretty much combined, I would almost say, Swamp Thing with Jeff Bridges, the dude. Very kind of in control of the situation, but a hippie kind of guy. And I dig that. It makes sense. He's Moss Man. He's a plant dude. He should be easygoing. So how does he scale with the others? Let's bring out the man himself, He-Man. So there he is with He-Man. Scales up very nicely. There he is with Man-at-Arms. Scales up very nicely. So how would he look like with a character outside the line? So let's get Obi-Wan Kenobi. Ooh. Well, that scales up real nice. Check that out. Kind of leaning a little bit far, but let me straighten him out a little bit so you can see that. Yeah, he scales up really nice. And I'm trying to, by the way, they're side by side. I don't know if the camera is catching that well enough, but you can tell that the scale is pretty darn decent. And here is the Gray Ghost from the DC Direct line. Also, not bad. Not bad at all. Stick with Obi-Wan Kenobi. This is my little Kit Bash Hawkeye, because I wanted one that looked more like the comic book. Scales up just fine too. Check that out. So you can actually have this Moss Man, if you want, contend with Man-Thing. I wouldn't suggest Swamp Thing. He's way too big. However, this could go well with your DC Direct, your Marvel Legends, or your Star Wars. Hello there. So overall, as a fan and a collector, I am very happy. I'm happy with the whole shebang. Just looking at him makes me giddy. I always loved Moss Man, and I especially loved this version. So if you start seeing them in your stores, you should start arriving in Target, Walmart. And I got him on Amazon. I actually pre-ordered him because I could not pass up on Moss Man. Very happy. Worth the pre-order. I didn't want to wait for any reviews. Even if he wasn't that great in articulation, because I knew he was going to be Masters of the Universe Origins, I knew that he was going to be posable just enough. Just having them there on display, I'd get giddy just looking at them. I mean, it's Moss Man. Alright, well, I hope you enjoyed this video. Please like and subscribe. We would always love to hear from your comments and what you would want to see, and if you want to see more Masters, or if you want to see a certain type of toy line, I'll make sure to go out there and hunt for it so you can get some good reviews and looks at it. Alright, get the lighting's a little bit off. Let me see if I can adjust that, because it looks so washed out, and well, that's a little bit better. Yeah, it's just because of his style, he's a bit, because he's not a leaf green, I want to say. He's more of like a mint green. Yeah, mint, 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 mint. All right, whatever. All right, this is Ash signing off from the Artful Pose, and may all your poses be artful.
Hi, everybody. It's Dave here from the Artful Pose, and I'm just chiming in at the end of the professor's video because he's talking about Swamp Thing and Man Thing and Moss Man and how he loves plants, and then he's comparisons with Moss Man to Obi-Wan Kenobi, and I'm like, where's Man Thing? Where's Swamp Thing? So anyway, there you go. There's Man Thing. There's Swamp Thing. Now you've got the comparison. I think to punish the professor, I'm keeping Swamp Thing because he's really cool. Look, check them out. I like Swamp Thing. I like Mossman. I love me some Man-Thing. Sentinels, Shumagorath, they're like, kind of remind me of my wife. They're always watching me. Very controlling. I don't know what it is. Anyway, don't forget to like and subscribe. We love you. See you later.
All right, next time when I'm doing the plant people, I will definitely get other plant people when I'm reviewing plant people. All right, Dave? And you better give me back my Swamp Thing before I sick your wife on you.